Dame game. Notre Dame, Arkansas, this game was an absolute domination. This is a game that your coach gets fired for after this game, and that's exactly what happened. Notre Dame has an out-of-conference SEC matchup. They travel to Arkansas. Arkansas is home in this game, and this was one of the games in Notre Dame's schedule that we thought could possibly be a little tougher for them. The way Arkansas was playing coming into this game, they had 2 disappointing one-score losses, but Taylor Green looked like one of the best quarterbacks in the country. He had 1,500 total yards coming into this game, but Notre Dame absolutely dominated them. It comes from the back of Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love has 4 touchdowns in this game. He's able to do running the ball, receiving the ball. Not only that, like we said, Jeremiah Love being the best running back in the country isn't the only running back in this offense. Jadarian Price is also an NFL back. He has 86 yards and a touchdown as well. And he also has another touchdown receiving. He has 2 touchdowns in this game. CJ Carr played phenomenal, as well as just basically everybody on this Notre Dame offense. CJ Carr goes 22 for 30, 354 yards, 4 touchdowns. You can't get a better game out of him. Now, we saw Notre Dame in this game absolutely dominate Arkansas in the trenches, and that's what makes Notre Dame different and why they're going to have a case to be a college football playoff team down the road. Like we talked about how they have 2 one-loss scores in their schedule, two teams that could end up being top 15, top 10 teams in the country. They played them well. Now it's going to be their true test to show in these matchups that people think can be somewhat close for them to absolutely dominate, because that's going to be their case. As an independent team with 2 losses, they might not be able to get the first couple of bids for 2-loss non-conference winners because they have an independent schedule. That is going to work against them. A lot of people like to say, Notre Dame plays an independent schedule. They bounce around, play an easy schedule. They always play to their advantage. But when we are looking at college football committee putting in teams, them being a 2-loss team independent is a lot different against a 2-loss SEC team or a 2-loss Big Ten team that had a tough schedule. That's going to be a slight against them. So Notre Dame has to make sure they dominate in these matchups, and that's exactly what they did. It felt like every single play in this matchup, they were able to break off for 10, 15 yards. It looked like they were literally able to do whatever they wanted. I mean, when you have a quarterback that throws for 354 yards and you also have 212 yards on the ground and you have 6 touchdowns between your running backs, like you are able to absolutely do everything. And I was super impressed with them on the defensive side of the ball as well, because we saw a Miami game that ended up in the high 20s that they lost in. And then we saw a Texas A&M game ended in the 40s. So for them to hold Arkansas, an SEC team with one of the hottest quarterbacks in the country, to 13 points, and that offense have the complete inability to do anything, I think Notre Dame definitely made a statement in this matchup. And again, like they were fired up because of the 2 losses they have. They got to put the pedal to the metal. They beat them by 43. Last week, they beat Purdue by 26. This is exactly what we have to see from Notre Dame to get them into the college football playoffs. They have to really and truly not even win every one of their matchups. Next matchups, they have to dominate them. And this game was a complete domination. For an SEC school to lose by 43 points, not be able to get anything going on offense, and your defense to be absolutely ran and thrown over, embarrassing for Arkansas. That's why what happened. And Notre Dame looked phenomenal again. They're trying to make a college football playoff push, and I think they know that the committee could rule against them if they don't take advantage of every single one of these next matchups.